Hi, my name is Shivani and this is 369 Dream Interpretation. I'm making this channel to interpret everybody's dreams. Okay, well, I'm really lucky. Thank you so much, Guadalupe L. Thank you so much for emailing me this dream. First, I'm going to read the dream and then I'll analyze it. Okay, Guadalupe, thank you so much. She writes, I had a dream that I was in my mother's kitchen with her. Then a huge flood came and we were holding hands. Then a great ship came right up to our front door. It came right up and we boarded very easily. The strong and handsome white military uniform crew helped us. We walked into a ballroom and saw a large and fancy banquet of food. Then we walked outside and there were coconuts on the ground. I walked over and then I saw my daughter and her husband carrying the cutest baby bird. It was yellow. I can't tell you how cute it was. It was like a cartoon almost. What can this mean? Well, I'll tell you something, Guadalupe. The lady that rescued me when I was very young, her first thing she would have said, she was so cute. Her name was Nellie. She had a little accent from Russia, or from the Ukraine, Russia. She was like, oh, a baby bird, a bird, and any kind of bird means means your daughter's pregnant. So a bird means pregnancy. That is a very, very significant dream, or part of the dream. That's where the dream, the whole meaning, is going to take place. So pregnancy, that's huge. And that's happened with me before. I had been pregnant and I had had a dream of a bird. I mean, maybe because when I was young, I was predisposed to think this way because this is how I grew up thinking this now, but that's really significant, and I've seen it happen with other people too, but of course they all knew each other, so, but we'll see. You're gonna have to write us back and tell us if your daughter is pregnant. Okay, I hope I didn't spill the beans, but I'm gonna start at the beginning because I just wrote down. Okay, she said she had a dream that she was in her mother's kitchen. So your mother is your intuition and your inner guidance. You know how women's intuition, your mother is your intuition and your inner guidance, like for real. A kitchen is waiting for something to happen, having preparations for something. That's one thing I used to dream about all the time, and it was always like preparations for when we would be getting ready for school, or preparations. So this, I'm just going to say the punchline. You guys are going to be ready to get preparations made to have a baby. Should I be saying this? Okay, I'm not. I'm just going to pretend I don't know. Then. Okay, then a flood came. So a flood, unfortunately, I don't mean to say this, but it means overwhelming negativity. Now, we don't know about the baby bird yet, so this is not in the scene with the baby bird, so this has nothing to do with the baby bird. And they were holding hands. Guadalupe and her mother were holding hands, which means a partnership. They're agreeing with something. And your hands represent your capability and your control. So Guadalupe and her mom, although they were overwhelmed with emotions and negativity, they were holding hands. They were in a partnership of capability and empowerment and control. Then a great ship came right up to our front door. So front door can represent new opportunities. So a great ship, something that floats on the water that can rescue you from all this negativity, is really positive. Like a great ship, it's not like some leaky rowboat. It's not like she's drowning. She's in the house with her mom, holding tight, holding in security and capability, like they are capable. And then this big ship comes and rescues them. Okay, so this is really, really good. They were never touched by the flood. That's the thing I want to say my mommy, like, would ask me really important, like, it'd be really important to her, like, did you get hit by the flood? Did you drown? Were you swimming? The water didn't even touch them. The water didn't even go in their house. So this is really good so far. They just knew about it. Like, okay, so the great ship came right up to our front door. It backed right up and we boarded very easily. The strong and handsome white military uniformed crew. That's the uniform is white, okay? Okay, so handsome can mean interesting, so there's an interesting element about the rescue. Interesting. What's interesting? Okay. A military, so white is like purity, like when you clean something, and a military uniform can mean your role. Well, actually, no. I would say like a uniform means your role, like, because it could be like a waiter's role or a whatever uniform, a policeman's role. But then, role, R-O-L-E. But then, like, a military uniform would be like a more strict role, I would say, just thinking about it. I mean, anyway, I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying, like, this is how I was taught to analyze dreams. And that crew, that military uniform crew helped them, so that's good. They walked in, Guadalupe and her mother walked into a ballroom, which is very sophisticated feeling, like elegance, so that's a good vibe for what comes next. Oh, and then she saw a large, and large means like importance, and fancy banquet, like a banquet of food on this cruise, I guess, the ship. That's pretty cool. So they're not in the flood. They have a banquet of food in a ballroom. I think they're doing really good. And fancy could mean indulgence and extravagance. A banquet could mean prosperity and all that you want. So all their wishes are coming true. It sounds like they're upgrading their life. It sounds like they got away from the flood. They're on this ship. Everything's good to go. And then food is what you take in a situation. Then she says she walked outside. Now walking is slow and steady progress. I guess I could do outside. Outside could be like freedom of opportunities. So they're getting more open to opportunities in life, or more new things happening in life. Okay, so there were coconuts on the ground. Now, I don't claim to have all the answers, but my mommy from the Ukraine, she was so cute. She would say coconuts mean, relaxing too much in a dream. They were left on the ground, so I would think that kind of mindset is left behind, especially if they're going to have a BABY, then relaxing too much is going to be left behind on the ground. If you want something, you're not going to leave it on the ground, right? So that's how I'm thinking. Okay, and then the grand finale is that she walks over and saw her daughter. Now, sometimes this is how my mommy taught. This is how she thought. Like, if you just see people in your dream, it can mean, different things that you think about their personalities and all these different things. But then there's other kind of dreams for, like, significant moments like this. Like, in my opinion, now, I could be wrong, but in my opinion, seeing her daughter doesn't just mean some aspect of herself. In this dream, my mommy would have been hysterical, excited, old school. She would have been like, oh, they're having a baby! Oh, they're having a baby! Like, that would have been, there would have been no comparison of personalities, none of that with this. With a bird in a dream. Any kind of bird, too. But this bird, she says, she walked over and then she saw her daughter and her husband carrying the cutest baby bird, and it was yellow. I can't tell you how cute it was, she says. It was like a cartoon almost. Oh, so she's gonna think this little baby bird is the cutest little, it's a baby. I'm sorry. I don't need to analyze what any of that's not how I was taught. I was taught kind of like, take the sign for what it is, like one of the major things I was taught is that a bird means a baby. I don't know if that comes from like the stork thing, but it definitely isn't a stork. It's any kind of bird. It could be a seagull, a blue jay, whatever. Okay, so if you see, so then pay attention next time if you drive out a bird. She says, what can this mean? Well, Guadalupe, that's my personal opinion from this nice little old lady that rescued me when I was very young, and she would have been very excited for you. So I'm very excited for you. Please write me or leave in the comment, like, if I'm on target, I'm this. Congratulations.